Welcome back. Thank you for wading through that technical difficulty. As we just jump right into some not prepared verse. Pharakeet Security Solutions on Route 66. Back into it. I'm Mr. Dongles. With me, as always, Mr. What Dog.
Hello.
And the newly revitalized Quantum Replay. Hopefully. It's not all backed up with memory.
No, it's still pretty bad, but hopefully it will hold.
Well, we just need to hold out for one more round. As we come into the semifinals, best of three, still not prepared versus Pharakeet Solutions. You'll see the seeds will be seeds 2 versus seed 3, not prepared, and Pharakeet respectively, but we don't really seed too often. Basically on previous tournament standings, I guess is how it goes. So, still, regardless, teams have made it this so far. Not prepared. Crap. Question mark?
Right beside you.
It's up to us to keep our comrades safe! I'll be right behind you, sir.
But even so, I mean, Junkrat might do well.
Attack
Especially versus this
Bastion.
potential Bastion.
Right?
You get so many heroes clumped together. You get 120 damage with a mine for each person you hit. That's like 40% ult for one mine. And you have 2. That's a lot of damage.
There's the switch off. I was about to say, I don't see any shields along with the Bastion. But they're definitely going, well, we're going to dive. Not anymore. Mr. Canada gotta make up his mind. So the gate's open here.
Escort the payload.
See who comes up top. Meeting of 42. We'll just call him 42.
We will. A ridiculous amount of syllables for a name.
Yeah. And he'll get, hopefully, a ridiculous amount of energy. Already getting a pause from 1. Tactical pause, remember. Ping issue. Yep, that's what I thought. Hope no one good. 5 minutes. Timer is going down. Strong start.
So we did see Norbert put up a pretty good showing against oh, I forgot that name already. I'm sorry. You've forgotten.
The other teams.
The other team.
Color wheel.
So Color Wheel 2.0.
Rip.
So if they put up such a good fight against them, well, can they put up a good fight against, well, what do you know about Pharakeet Security Solutions?
Well, Pharakeet being managed or maybe owned by her admin god in the sky, goddess in the sky, Farah. I've seen Aizen play many times throughout the tournament. A lot of Farah action he used to play on, I believe? Question mark. I've seen Skeezy and Mr. Canada play a lot, but the other half of the team, I don't really know. Except maybe Disco, I believe, is a Mercy name. But how they play together, the cohesiveness, I'm not quite sure yet.
Yeah, that is the question. I think I have seen Mr. Canada play before. He seemed pretty good. But of course, comes down to the day, months later.
Let's see if that. Are they good?
Composition-wise, double main tank with a Junker and a Soldier. Actually, there'll be quite a lot of damage kind of coming through, and then once the Junker pills hit, they can follow it up with kind of damage boosted Soldier spread fire, and usually take a pick, and they can use the shields to push up in zone to repeat that strategy. So generally, they want to do that. It's a poke game, and they use Winston and Soldier to capitalize on any huge damage that might occur from Junkrat. On the other side of Pharakeet Solutions, you're going to see 42 getting a lot of charge and hoping to get a lot of damage in, which might be difficult because there are so many shields.
Right.
So he might not get too many grabs, even if he is 100 NG the whole game, because the amount of shields that he's going to be against is going to be pretty huge.
Let's see how this goes. It'll be on pause. Actually get some gameplay in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there with you. Zarya into shields. I would kind of switch right away, type of thing. It's so difficult
It's
to get
rough,
past
yeah.
all those. If anything, you're just playing protect the healers at this point with your shields. You don't really have many people dive in, even with Ravenclaw. But even then, he's kind of the solo dive here.
Yeah, you're gonna see Mr. Canada's shield going down incredibly low, and you're gonna see Lulu actually try and capitalize on the damage, but fails because of the monstrous damage coming out of AZN.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
I think, okay,
Hello?
this has happened 3 times out of 3 for the attacking teams on Route 66 today. Usually the first attack is just a roll through, then the Rhine always shatters to finish everyone off.
Yeah. So clearly, not the most effective defense. And Lulu and Wood are going to switch off from Winston and Soldier to Zarya and Tracer. This is probably... I mean, I think once AZN has used his flash, he is free farm for Wood. But he's going to get picked and arrested immediately. That is a big cooldown gone. However, they're going to send in the Riptide, is going to take out Disco. And this is the ideal opportunity to engage. And look at Aves, he's going in like he's a Genji with his mind saying, I can run out whenever I want to and I have a ton of damage, why the hell not get on your face?
And plus, you're rushing into a very small area too, where there's no avoiding those pills from Junkrat here. He's already going to set up on the left side here, whether or not those actually be useful as they get destroyed from Hazen, who's now on some Pharah here. A little bit more height, trying to get away from any potential. Well, there's not much hit scan that can reach up there, but the grab actually from 42 is going to help out. They grab 2 here, and they're going to chase down the rest of Not Prepared as Ravenclaw. And, well, weird. We'll go off the point. Tad's max. So close. So yeah, so far.
Team kill.
That is the first grab for 42. He has, as we predicted, been pretty damn high charge this whole fight. In this this whole game, and spamming this position right here is just like you spam it and you realize, and if you look down for a second you realize you get like 8% per right click, but they're gonna engage now.
Yep, and with both Valkyries getting thrown out onto the field, this will be a long fight as we go into with Transcendence from Skeezy, but Mr. Canada gets almost his shadow blocked as he only gets actually Russ in the back, peeking through the shield, and Jet Sail is going to try and block him back through with the charge, but it looks like after that fight, getting stunned for a second up there. It's like
The payload has
Pharakeet doing pretty well for himself, only taking a few seconds here on the contested payload.
One shot,
Going into final.
one kill.
Generally, we're seeing kind of the front line of both teams collapsing pretty quickly. We're not really seeing the Rhines kind of standing off against each other, trying to vie for positioning, swing at each other. We're seeing fights break down very quickly, and most of the damage coming down to the DPS and the off tanks. In this particular, both very highly charged targets.
Yeah, and actually 42 coming up to grab, but Lulu is even closer as well. Probably looking for a quick bit of energy to try and stop this push in the last year, stop the momentum. Both players losing and res from each side as well. But will continue on, and Mr. Canada getting shielded and will not stop swinging his hammer. Jet for sale, and meeting 42 has the grab in the back pocket. Aves is getting, he gets runs into the wall in his left shift form. He is in danger of dying right there. Now you got a bit of trickle effect from the defenders. Weird actually going a Widowmaker.
That's a huge grab. Full people, but AZN defends it.
And the retaliatory grab, and this time there is follow-up from Pharakeet, and they're going to clean up here. Jet will grab only one with his Earth Shatter, and Skeezy will just get right back up from that. The Transcendence just to finish things off here. Oh, Taz quite couldn't contest the payload on that Guardian Angel.
Yeah. That whole kind of
score.
second and first half of third stage, Olds won't really use that liberally. So when it came to that last fight, they went off like fireworks here and there, everywhere.
Well, I think it really came down. The fate was really sealed after Lulu hit that grab, and there was really no one to help him out with that. He grabbed a fair amount of people, but you need your teammates to help clean
Yeah,
that
I
up.
believe. Who was it? I was about to say, was it AZN who kind of zoned? I believe he was in the grab and he was playing fire and he used
yep.
his barrage,
Barrage.
and you can't really push into that.
No, that's really tough. And I mean, Avas was their Genji player, I think, at one point, but he was over at Reaper at that time, and there's just no way to get into that. It's just big ball of danger.
Yeah, we're seeing pretty interesting comms. Actually, a Diva Zarya setup on defense. Actually, not that often seen because there's no shields. Not really. There's no
Yeah.
main tank, as it were.
I mean, you're in danger of getting just earth shattered by Jefferson. I mean, he basically has
Yeah,
an
that's
open
fair.
heaven.
Yeah, if he can go aggressive and get a lot of shatters, he can. Yeah, he can absolutely capitalize on lack of shields. Unless 42 outplays the hell out of him
Yeah,
and
that's
blocks
what
it with his personal bubble,
Yeah,
which would be a
person-
god tip play.
Yeah, plays it right in the center, blocks that small little cone behind him.
Happy Halloween!
But that's star in the sky. That's our dreams right there. Who
Yeah,
knows if
I
we'll
want
get
to
it.
see it. We'll see.
Time to raise my APM.
But immediately, AZN pulling out the hook from Aves. Doesn't grab him, but at this point, Hook is back up, grabs the Diva. He's all alone against two players, and he will go down. Not sure. The res probably won't come up. Tads can't get
Not
up there
sure
to
who has
fly.
all that.
Well,
Oh, he does. He manages to get it. That is 600 HP worth of res. Pretty valuable. Not only is it back up on the field, they can farm more support up. But not if they're dead. Like,
already Ravenclaw
why?
with Tire this early in the match.
Yeah, not prepared at playing 3 tanks, which means there's a lot of big hitboxes and beefy targets that you can farm your damaging ult off of. And you burn that shield very quickly, so once you got through that shield, you just keep pro hold and left click and you get them. But that's actually
Wow.
a godly hook.
The max range, I think, onto Skeezy here. They're actually going to lead off with a Valkyrie from Tads, and Disco will hit his as well. Will fly in and fly back out, get Skeezy back up. Can he stay alive? Maybe with the shield from 42. But it looks like the fights are kind of splitting up here as the payload is trying to inch along. Mr. Canada throws off the self-destruct behind. Doesn't grab anything with it so far. And then he's now stuck in a real bad place at the moment. He's in... The healing is coming from Disco up on top of Big Earls, but out comes the Tire. This is the shields.
What shields are used? Oh, that's unlucky.
Only gets one, but that'd probably be just enough. Jeff is the last one coming back on the cart. He's all alone. Surprisingly, they haven't got him down quite yet. There you go.
Yeah. But it's about to be the time, the shatter into the personal barrier. It's time. But first they need to force the defending team off high ground, because at the moment they're kind of split. And it almost looks like they're going to rush through upper tunnels. Maybe even for a grab. This might be sick. Although Mr. Canada, he does get caught out, but he is healed up.
42 looking for the grab. He's looking for Mercy. Oh,
That is a
gets three
huge
in the
grab
back.
for people.
There comes the mine from Ravenclaw. Grabs all that sweet, sweet damage. That will be almost a team kill. Oh, there's the team kill. It's Lulu. Well, off some
Need
self.
healing.
We'll call it a team kill. Why not?
I'm taking care of you.
But yeah,
Thank you.
using
Ultimate
did they
ready.
only use grab? I believe they probably use pulse one with this at
Well,
20%.
Yep. But now is a big standoff coming up with a lot of ultimates on either side.
60 seconds.
Yeah, I think this is actually really smart play, going through upper tunnels and forcing them down to the low ground for the shatter.
The grab into Transcendence.
Ooh, that's a bomb though.
The bomb.
Decides to res the Zarya over the Lucio. It's probably a good idea.
I will watch over you.
Better, especially because you're in Valkyrie at that point. you can keep them going. Now comes Skeezy back up on the field. Saved people earlier with Transcendence. I'm sorry, coming in with Transcendence. But actually, Aizen trying to do some flanking maneuver. Finally gets picked off here. Currently was on Fair early on, but now Tracer. Once again, it's always that last rush that gets him. Jeff Sales a 3-man, actually 4-man shatter with a charge kill and another hammer on
This is
Skeezy.
gonna come back in and res someone, I assume.
Here's the thing, Ravenclaw has Tire. He's 2% away. He can grab that. He's gonna throw it right away. Who can he get? If he gets so many people, that could be big. Only Russ, who will most likely get reds.
This dude does have a res.
The Tad's
About to come up. She may wait to res a tank that's more high value, but maybe scared for her life, so has to pop one instead. He was putting the whole hog into the tunnel, managed to pick up 42. But this is a skirmish, this is a scrap, this is overtime fighting, this is Valkyries, this is impossible to cast.
You're gonna get another Valkyrie initiation for both teams. Another Tire who gets killed. But here comes the grab. Lulu, my goodness. Aizen has Rocket Barrage. He's about to say maybe he's gonna use it, but good thing he held on to it. As finally another 230 gets stacked onto the clock.
And again, we're gonna see Jet for Sale with no shield facing him. So the world is his oyster for this this shatter. The hardest thing about this big shatter is gonna be lining up the Skittles and ready to knock them down. Because as you see, the defending team, they're pretty spread. They're on high ground, which you are not on. You need to force them off. You need to force them in a choke in front of you, and that is not an easy thing to do.
No, and you want to get
Ravenclaw, way out of position. If they're spread out like that, you don't need to push them in the place you need. You can just pick them off. But that is a big grab. That is a big barrage. That is a freaking.
And that's what they needed to do. I mean, a good place to put the payload, definitely before that turn in the curve here, but now they get the vital time to set up their defense here, especially with Ravenclaw getting into his hopefully preferred position into chokes and whatnot, but I don't know if they'll engage into that area. Warthog maybe peeking through here.
The ideal place to stop the payload, because you can contest it from the little canopy, so you don't even need to give up high ground.
But Disco already hitting her Valkyrie, just doing mainly heals. Earth Shatter from Jeff Purcell doesn't get anything actually. Then out comes Skeezy, who now on Lucio throws up the sound barrier to help out his team. But right now, Ravenclaw once again with the Tire will go for some, but Weird found him in the back, immediately gets rezzed. But the Tire does find Tad's Max, who is the person you need to find coming into the wall in any part of the game, really. 30 seconds left here, and it looks like
Canada is going to have a self-destruct. He's going to be able to use it and stall even more time. What? Hello?
Hello.
Forget stalling time. Just get a 3K and win the fight. Sure.
Just kill everyone.
Is this easy mode?
I mean, I wasn't really expecting that because you got Lulu with shields and Jeffersale with his big shield. He must have been on cooldowns or something, but here comes the final push again into this attack to stay alive here in this first map here. And already Russ has to fall and get res.
Big grab.
And the grab from Lulu is
follow-up.
Follow-up is pretty decent so far, even with Weirds.
Oh, Mr. Canada, that's a really nice play. Flies straight into Word.
Canada's gonna get beat down here. There's still hope here for Pharakeets. There's still ways to go for that payload to hit that second checkpoint. It's just a matter of getting to that defending choke point and grabbing a contest here. Now, who's going to be the first one out? Aizen is going to try and get out there. He's already really low health.
Look at Ravenbow right here. He is arcing back to the high ground behind, and relying on his tanks, but we're just going to take him out. Doesn't matter. Res is an ability in the game. It's a big shot to them.
Hitting a 3-piece grab on point, but not too much cleanup afterwards. Aizen only gets one after getting rezzed and dying from Rocket Barrage here. But Pulse Bomb from Abbas doesn't grab anything off to the side here. Payload is a hotbed of activity as it looks like Pharakeets are going to clean up here, and they will take map 1.
Play of the game.
The aggressive grinds. There was shatter kill onto Rush or Russ for good
I love
measure.
seeing that in the kill feed. I never see it. It's great.
Epic. It's nice to be
71%. That's actually a lot.
6 and 6, yeah. Kill participation, nice. All right.
So now we will be heading to a control.
Good old control map. We've had nothing but Oasis here, at least on the streams, per se. But let's see what not prepared will choose.
I'm not biased at all, but I do actually quite like me a bit of Nepal. I think it's one of the most tank-heavy maps. I think tanks. I like tanks.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a lot better to watch, just because it's more focused around kind of team wipes and using ultimates, whereas Dive and Mercy is more about kind of scrappy skirmishes, and it's less clear kind of what's happening.
Yeah, you have to have really tight team communication too with Dive.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
have
you
to
really
know,
do.
like, once you hear that call out for any hero, you have to do it with, without even thinking.
Yeah.
But, I mean, with tank play, it's much more standoffish.
Yeah.
And especially where, depending on who you are, where you decide to point your defensive matrix or your shield or whatever have you, then you know that time to maybe bait out enemy range or shatter, or going for a sneaky.
Russ.
Ooh, Paul.
Russ is reading my mind. Stream sniping.
Paul, it is. It's been a while, I think, since we've had this. Anyway, team's saying they want to defend on control. Slap. All right. Let's see if those teams are ready. On to Nepal. Lots of pits. Like me some pits.
Yeah. I also see a bit of Orisa on the is it Sanctum?
I think yes.
Love me a bit of Horse.
Ooh, excuse me. Alrighty then. In to our second map of our best of 3 between Not Prepared and Pharakeet Security Solutions. They're up 1-0 currently. It's a before last round color wheel Not Prepared. It was almost like a Rhine fight. And a lot of times.
Yeah.
And now it's like it's almost shifting to a kind of like who's their flex player, or almost like a Zarya fight, because we've had a lot of grabs from both and a lot of high energy.
Yeah.
It's just the follow up that is what needs working on. Oh, it would be interesting to see if both teams go for an Lucio here. Just a speed boost in the top area. Russ,
Yeah.
obviously, being Lucio main,
Sure.
I believe. But solo heals coming out on the side of Pharakeet Security Solutions, currently in blue.
Interesting. It's actually, I think it's actually really bad because they have literally no other heals. Like, I think if they have a soldier even, like, not only can he provide healing, he can also kind of sap up all the healing to gain himself ult charge, like, really quickly. I think I think it's something like every 200 health you heal, you get like 10% ult. If you put that in the middle of your team, you can get like half your ult in like an optimal situation. It's ridiculous. But no, they're gonna go for a solo heal. Actually, no, they're not. Skizzy's gonna go to Lucy.
Normally on Zen. Well, speaking of
Ah, he's
Skizzy, He's gonna fall weird on the Widowmaker again. I don't see Widows on this particular map that often here. So far, it got the cooldown from Mercy out already. Mr. Canada is going down right now. The rest of his team is gonna clean up here. Ravenclaw doing a little bit of dash reset work on Genji here. He's gonna go straight for Tad's Max. No reason not to get her. Well, now they gotta push in a little too, well, not too far, but still resets the spawn there. They have to wait, come back in.
And others, which I don't mind actually. I think it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, he's done it multiple times here in all these games. When something's not working, he goes straight to Reaper to melt through all the tanks.
Yeah. I think if you just stick with your Zarya or your Winston and just kind of be the middleman between them and focus fire who you can and your Mercy pockets you can output an incredible amount of damage. But with a shot like that, it might not matter.
Then, oh my goodness, Ravenclaw once again coming in with a lot of cleanup work here. Covering the kill lead.
If
Weird.
they pick up loot here, it's a really bad saga.
Right now, Weird the last one. Super low. Throws a pulse bomb for hopes. And dreams
Bit
are
of a-
shattered.
It's a bit of a weird play there.
Whoa. Never saw that one coming. But even so, Weird is back and at it. Rez comes in. Tad's Max with Valkyrie, but
Oh, that's a back grab with the Mercy in it as well. That's so high value. And no
all
follow
that
up.
value. I think
Maybe worth it. Maybe worth it. Just to get a Mercy. Look at Mr. Canada.
Shouldn't have done that, Ravenclaw. That was a good idea.
No. Maybe he's
I think what happened. That's true. I think what happened is, maybe they were just kind of stuck in the awkward moment when you have this gigantic opportunity and everyone has to reload at the same time. That seemed like it. They just kind of stopped shooting. They're like,
Oh, we did it. Well, now. Taking him with Valkyrie. But, ooh. I saw the health bars all tick incredibly quickly all down at the same time, but they didn't. Telling you. Azian doesn't pick up anyone with the high noon either. A lot of ults, but no follow-up right now. It's probably because of Disco's Valkyrie. Healing absolutely everyone in sight and being virtually untouched.
yeah, right now.
Flip the point. That's a really bad misposition.
Yeah, because engaging in that high ground and using all those ultimates, they gotta come back and scramble for the point here. Now they're going up in the 99% territory. Maybe with a grab to go and try and finish things off here. Once again, Ravenclaw is just the 2 and the 1-2 punch here. 42's grabs. Weird, once again, the last one on point here, but this is looking like a Pharakeet win. Potentially. I want to caster curse the whole thing.
I mean, if we pulled this wrong, I don't think I'd be fine to cast the curse. I'd be love to see it come back. But
Right. I mean, that'd be an amazing flip.
yeah,
That'd be an insane flip.
Score.
yeah, that was a huge error letting them get on the point like that. I don't think there were that many of them dead either. They were still in a position to hold.
Excuse me. I think Not Prepared has to focus a bit more on Ravenclaw, because he's been like clean up extraordinaire so far. He's finding those low health heroes and just dashing through everyone.
Yeah.
Then he just pops the Dragon Blade and obviously will destroy everyone who's left on the field.
Round 2. Capture the objective.
Yeah, we see Aves and Lulu switch off. I believe it was might have been a Zarya and McCree to Genji Pharah, which represents an incredibly aggressive lineup. They're gonna be aiming to get very powerful blue damage boosted rockets into the backline and diving, engaging on them, and they do so, but it doesn't matter because they get res. However, they're also gonna pick up ADN. This is a 6v5, 6v4, picking up Disco. This is a perfectly executed dive right here. You pick targets, you hit them, and you put more pressure on, and then more and more, until everyone is dead.
You are absolutely right. Pushing through with not only super mobile, as you're saying, but Also taking away the 2 tank and going for extra damage here. Well, Weird does fall going deep into enemy territory, but he'll get back quick as Tracer. Yeah, so trading off damage for health, which is fine, working out so far. But you gotta bust through some of the shields and watch out for all those grabs from 42.
Counter to that is ballsy, my
Yeah,
friend.
going in so early. And throwing his shield not in a great place, immediately going away from his shield is basically useless at this point. But Tad's coming in with Valkyrie here, dashing back into safety. As Aves is coming back on Genji, trying to go for as many people as he can. He grabs 1, maybe 2 for the last slice, but doesn't quite get it. And right now, not prepared or handling this point very well.
I think what they're doing well is actually, although they are playing dive, they are not being aggressive with it on their defense. They're actually letting unprepared, Pharakeet security, they're letting them come in and they're letting them overextend themselves and then applying pressure where they need to. Like focusing that Winston who was blatantly feeding. It was just easy. It was easy to do. And then focusing appropriate targets on full.
I mean, they know who to grab here, but the grab from Lulu actually gets a kill on a Jefferson with just an ambient damage up to it. Once again, Ravenhall, 1-2 punch coming in. Once again, Weird, always the last one on point, and whew, a quick take after a few lost battles, but they have it, and now what can they do to hold it?
Well, it's up to, Lulu actually has to be careful here, because if he overstretches in the air, AZN can flip the switch and hone in him before he even blinks. So he needs to be actually really careful. But on the flip side, if he puts a little bit of damage on AZN and pushes him back, he can go in very aggressively for a big barrage in this small choke point. And there he goes.
Yeah.
However,
indeed, both reses come out for Mercies. And they're, well, Tad's going close to Valkyrie, but in comes Aves with the Dragon Blade going straight back for Disco. The Skeezy is going to try and protect him with a bit of sound barrier, and Hazen coming in with a flashbang to finish it off. But here comes Tad's to get Aves back up on his feet, go back into the fight. As not prepared, is trying to flip the point with a boop kill, actually from Russ. Disco here, but once again, Lulu with an interesting, awkward grab up top onto the Spire in the middle of the point here, but this is a one that it didn't quite become a clear take.
I think they may have done it though. The Weird and Aves have essentially kept this point alive. The duo.
Actually, Disco with that res kept the fight over. They didn't even flip the point. As Ravenclaw goes in with the Dragon Blade and gets both supports here. An incredible stall, and even after that weird lull in the fight, I don't know how Not Prepared didn't take that point when there's only 2, maybe 3 members of Pharakeet there to defend.
I think although they got picks, they didn't get them quite quick enough. Unfortunately, it's so difficult. But yeah, they're coming back in. Dragon Blade from Avis. This is kind of gonna pop the Fire Rage, trying to keep him at distance.
But it might be just enough here, as 3 are down currently for Pharakeets, and they're gonna flip the point here, as they have to back off, and they're gonna have to come back quick and hard, because they're already back up to 90% here on the ticker. Weird not having a lot of luck with pulse bombs lately. I don't think I've seen a single kill on the feed for it.
It's usually just easy to stick the Winston because he's the biggest target, but I guess the bubbles have been on point.
But he does grab a single kill in the beginning of this map, but Aizen most likely get rezzed if actually Disco can get up there or not die, but not before Tads can use his own Valkyrie to keep things alive. That will, the added damage and heals is just going to finally clean things up here. Mr. Canada, the last one to fall.
Round 2.
Oof.
1.
My friend.
1-1 on Nepal.
Got a game.
1-1.
Next is Sanctum, which is more tank heavy, and I believe Pharakeet security, 1
on the first one.
yes, the first one. That
I'm ready for action.
playing more tanks. So, but no, they are opting for the Winston. Never mind. Canada, literally taking the words from my mouth.
Now, Ravenclaw switching over to Junkrat here. Not a bad choice, especially with all the low health heroes here. But not prepared.
This is
especially if you can push up forward with Mr. Canada's shield and have an aggressive stance here.
These two DPS picks, from a Reinhardt's point of view, are like what you want. Like, not only is the other shield going to be lower than yours at all times, you have the advantage of having a stun at command to go for a shatter play, or even just to stun the rounds you go for a pin. So handy.
Looks like Ava is going a little too deep, and actually Mr. Canada with the charge on the rush. Oh my goodness, the pads. My goodness, that really got me. My God, pads couldn't even get in there for the resurrection. There was so much chaos in there.
But Lulu, oh, unlucky, buddy. Jeez. But I think they should push up right now. There's no reason not to. Ooh, Force 2 is going to be a little bit concerned.
He's high energy, he has to be careful here. He got
but right-clicking this choke right here, look at his ult come up. He knows what to do. He just presses right-click at this choke. He is at 70. When's he going to hit 80? When 90? When's he going to happen?
Tank's not prepared or trying to go into the sides, and actually Aizen barely escaping the hook with a stun. It looks like Disco will hit that Valkyrie. Lulu with the barrage on top.
There it is.
Right in the center of the point. Shield comes up, but that immediately gets destroyed. But Aizen off to the side, the Deadeye in the chaotic moments, the perfect time to use it. Weird, once again on Tracer. Probably should switch off. I haven't seen a lot from Weird so far.
My ultimate is charging.
Earthshatter, ready.
I think he was on Soldier before. Or Reaper. Reaper
Tracer
works
into Reaper.
well. I don't know though. If you're trying to play the kind of shield game, but the NAP team has a Reinhardt, I mean, and a Junkrat, it's difficult.
Very difficult, but actually, Tyre does get killed by Weird.
In a very weird place. He was in the cubby hole, goes to the hook on the Reinhardt, he doesn't get it, and he gets collapsed upon. But Pharakeet SS, well, they were taking up picks, but now Russ
Trying to handle it, but right now Jetwolf, who finally falls after using Primal Rage, is holding his point for just a bit. But actually, after this, Aizen is going to shut things down. Mr. Canada coming in below the Tads and solo ult to finish things off. And Pharakeet security solutions here. GG. Pharakeet us. Good old bug on the win screen.
Play of the game.
I will watch over you. Fire at will. Heroes never die.
Is this unless he getting credit for play the game?
During the
For
grab.
Play the game?
grab?
I see a theme. Oh man, 34 high energy kills and 41 wins.
It's nice
pretty good.
to be appreciated.
Boy, oh boy. Oh. A decent 2-0 from Pharakeet Security Solutions. Not prepared, giving up a fight here on Nepal, but too much energy and a lot of great grabs here from 42. And Lulu, but it's team play that does it.
Yeah, I don't think there was actually anyone on the side of Pharakeet that I didn't see at some point making a play.
Even Skeezy doing a lot of healing work as well. I think we were talking about how his, as he's doing Lucio, his ultimate was going up real fast.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Alrighty then, well, that concludes the, not the finals, semifinals, that's the word I'm looking for. So Pharakeet will go on to the finals. Not prepared is knocked out. No third place match here. Currently, the other match, there'll be Wet Lemons versus Munition happening up on the other stream. Looks like Munition is up 1-0, according to the bracket. I checked the stream itself. But the other stream will be holding the grand finals for this 4th Diamond and Below tournament. So, that will be the good night for us. Thank you so much, What Dog and Quantum Replay.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.
A pleasure indeed. I am Mr. Dongles. Go out and check out the other stream. I'll spam the link. Watch those people throw for a change in a best of 5. See who throws the worst. Alright. Have fun, everyone. And I'm looking forward to that next competitive season, yo. Bye.